Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is either going to be part 2.5 or part 3 of the knockout series. Before we get to the art of the KO, we're probably going to do a few little extra things, little addendum or extra parts like this one right here. This is going to be called longest KO streaks, or rather I should say known longest KO streaks. Alright, so on this list, y'all, nobody on this list is earlier than the 1950s, okay, with these KO streaks. So due to speculation and the holes in history and the rewriting of history and forgotten history, and for the sake of this video, we will assume that these men and these records are the best KO streaks from the best kill streaks that are, that we know of, and the best kill streaks really from 1950 until now. Now, there may be, and there probably are better KO streaks prior to this, but these ones are the ones that are recorded and written in stone for modern history. So let's start it off. Number one, Lamar Clark. Okay, he's a heavyweight by way of America, Utah. And his KO streak, which is the longest recorded from 1950s until now, stands at 42. That means the dude knocked out 42 mother flushers in a row. And he did that within the span of 1958 to 1960. Now, he fought mostly bums. And when I went back and looked at the people he was fighting, it just amazes me when you see this stuff. Majority of them, y'all get this, majority of them didn't even have a single win. Dadgum. To me, that's worse than a bum. It sounds like people were being picked out of a crowd or off the street. Promoter or manager threw us some gloves, gave him $500, and they told him, hey, come in here and fight this prize fighter we got in the stadium. See what you can do. Anywho, when his streak ended, Lamar Clark, he went on to fight. His streak ended when he fought Bartolo Soni. He lost by KO. And then in 61, he lost to a young Cassius Clay, a.k.a. Muhammad Ali, and he was KO'd again. Then he retired. But unofficially, he has 44 KOs, but I'm just going to go by the official stuff. He has 42, which is the longest KO streak in history as of the 50s. Number two, we got Billy Blackjack Fox. Blackjack. You know what I'm saying? Get to the casino, get your little chips, get your little dice, get your little drink. Blackjack, y'all. Billy Fox was a light heavyweight. And he was by way of good old Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all. And he had his KO record between 1943 to 1947. What was his KO record? 36 KOs in a row. All right, and he's known as one of the fighters who were extorted, or held under ransom or threatened by a famous, I can't remember the dude's name, but it was a famous Philadelphia mafia crime boss. So he was kind of like on his payroll, But Billy Fox was the dude who was alleged that Jake LaMotta, the great Jake LaMotta, threw a fight against. And they say Jake LaMotta was paid. And later on in history, Jake LaMotta finally admitted to throwing the fight against Billy Fox in order to get a title shot at the middleweight crown. Next, number 3 on the list, we have Bob Alote. Bob Alote Wagos. Wagos is his nickname. And he was a bantamweight. Bantamweight by way of Ghana, y'all. And he got his record between the years of 1957 and 1964. What was this KO streak record? KOs in a row, 33. He knocked out 33 jokers in a row. Like tic-tac-toe. Pop, 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 pop. Now, Alote Wagos is still alive, y'all, so shout him out if you're over there in Ghana. While you're over there getting some jollof rice or getting you some kente cloth. And that's another thing. Big ups and shout outs to the famous Accra, Ghana fighting school. Accra, Ghana. And I assume that Accra over there in the Eastern Hemisphere is like Philly, the Philly Boxing School, or the Cuba Boxing School over here on this side of the pond. So big shout outs to Accra, Ghana, man. A lot of great fighters. Number 4, we got Deonte Bronze Bomber Wilder, who was a heavyweight. We all know him. Alabama, yo. He comes by way of Alabama. Roll Tide. All right, and his streak was from 2008 to 2015. What was his streak? His KO streak, 32. And we know that, this earlier this year, Bermain Stavern ended his streak. And Bermain Stavern was holding on for dear life. But much credit to Bermain Stavern, because the dude has a solid iron marble chin, and he had a willingness to fight. Someone who was, I guess, deemed scary or great, or someone who was going to knock you out. He got in there as the champ, and he went down like a champ. And on Deonte Bronze Bomber Wilder, I expect nothing less of him but the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. The undisputed heavyweight championship is the biggest, baddest champ there is. He's the biggest, baddest Bama that's out there. So, big ups to Deontay Wilder. He from the South, and I hope he do his thing. Number 4 on the list, y'all, we got Wilfredo Gomez, a.k.a. Bazooka Gomez. All right? Now, he fought at featherweight and junior featherweight. His knockout streak lasted from 1974 until 1981. How many knockouts did he get in a row? Similar to Deontay Wilder, 32. And for Gomez, this was the longest streak for any known Puerto Rican fighter. Gomez has an impressive amateur career and record, an impressive legacy, and he fought many, if not all, the top fighters at his weight. Puerto Rico, and Gomez is still alive, y'all. So, if you're down there in Puerto Rico doing your thing, on the beach, or you're trying to get with some of the, the women down there, or you're learning anew, you're traveling, give Gomez a shout out. He's a little heavier now, and you notice that with a lot of fighters, once they stop fighting, they gain all this excess weight. Not all the time, but most of the time, because they don't have to cut weight. They're not training as hard. They gain weight, they get fat, they get sassy, they start training and passing their skills down to the other generation. And we still love and respect y'all for that. All right, number 6, y'all. Jose Urtain, a.k.a. El Tigre de Cestona. So that means the Tiger of Cestona. Now, he was a heavyweight by way of España, Spain, y'all. He's from Spain. And his record, while he was completing his record, making his record, it spanned from 1968 to 1970. And he knocked out 30 folks in a row. Think about that, y'all. Between 1968 and 1970, 30 dudes got dropped and didn't make the count before 10. Now, as we can see right here, he was in the Ring magazine for his KO streak, which ended at 30, like we just said. Now, there's also a discrepancy with him, too. Dig this. His 6th KO in his streak was believed to be faked or staged. And that dude who allegedly staged it, Victor Chappelle, his purse was held after that fight. And it was held until further investigation went down. So, in doing the research, some of the sources say that the fight was a KO win for Jose Urtain, and some of the sources say that it was a DQ. So if it's a DQ, then technically his KO streak is only 24 wins. But if it's not, if you go by it being a KO, like some places written, then it's 30 wins. But we'll leave his behind on here, and we'll let the fans and history and all y'all decide what's better, what's worse. All right, next, y'all, we got Alfonso Zamora. Alfonso Zamora. And he's a bantamweight by way of Mexico, y'all. Olale. Now, Zamora competed at the 72 Olympics, which was held in Munich, I think Germany, or maybe it's Russia. But his record spanned from the time of 1973 to 1977. Okay? And the record was 29 knockouts in a row. Now, he's still alive, Mr. Zamora. So shout him out when you down there in Mexico doing your thing. Cancun, Guadalajara, Jalisco, La Venta. Well, shout him out, y'all. Next on the list, we got Cellino Freitas. And he was a lightweight and junior lightweight by way of Brazil. And his KO record stemmed from the years of 1995 to 2001. What was his KO streak record? 29. Same as Alfonso Zamora. Now, he fought, the likes of Casamayor, Diego Corrales, Juan Diaz. And you know what? I want to, but I ain't gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say who could have fought him, who should have fought him, and who he should have fought while they were both at the same weight class. But for y'all boxing historians out there and diehard fans, y'all look it up. But anywho, Freitas is from Brazil, and you would think that there would be more boxing, combative artists down there in Brazil, but if y'all can imagine, man, Brazil is MMA down, especially with all the good and great MMA mixed martial artist fighters that Brazil produces, all the gems that Brazil has down there for MMA. So MMA is real big down there in Brazil. That's why you rarely see real big time boxing pugilists. Plus, it's the home of the world-renowned BJJ, aka Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So shout out to Brazil. We see y'all. Keep doing your thing. Keep bringing us entertaining fights, in whatever field y'all in. Next, y'all, we have Carlos Zarate. He also was a bantamweight by way of Mexico. Tepito, Mexico, to be exact. And his span of his knockout streak was from 1974 to 1978. What was his KO streak record? 28. He knocked the socks off of 28 Bamas in a row. And he was getting it in, y'all. He was rocking them jokers. As a matter of fact, he ended the dude we just mentioned, I think Zamora, he ended his knockout streak. Yeah, that's right. He ended Zamora's 29 consecutive knockout streak. 29 in a row consecutive knockout streak. Carlos Zarate ended the other dude's knockout streak. And when Zarate knocked out Zamora, he increased his streak to either 21 or 22 KOs in a row. Now again, Zarate's streak ended at 28. So we gotta mention another person else on the list. When he got his head whooped, he got whooped by an all-time great that's also on this list, Wilfredo Gomez. All right. Now, next, we got Edwin Valero, who was a lightweight by way of Venezuela. And his knockout streak spanned from 2002 to 2010. What was his streak? He knocked out 27 jokers in a row. And check this out, y'all. Edwin Valero, they were pumping him up to have a big showdown with Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if y'all remember. And since at the time, in my opinion, his boxing skill was much better than Pacquiao. So I would predict that if they were to fight, if he would stayed alive, he probably would have beat and possibly KO'd Pac-Man. But it's all speculation. Pacquiao was in his prime. He was going for broke in every fight. I mean, you just never know. But Valero was that dude. 27 knockouts in a row. But I only saw 2 or 3 Valero fights live. They were on undercards. And as a matter of fact, I saw his last fight that he won, which was by knockout. Well, technically it was a RTD, referee technical decision. And it was against one of my favorite boxers at the time, which was Antonio DeMarco. And I'm thinking like, dang, man. DeMarco got stopped on the stool. Joker didn't answer the bell for the 10th round. And I remember I bet on that fight. Actually, I didn't even bet that DeMarco would win. I bet that DeMarco would go the distance. But I guess, Valero had that get back in his hands. He had that bad member jammer in his hands. And y'all check this out. If you ever been hit before hard, you've been sparring, or maybe you chilling with your family, or you out in the streets, you ever been hit, y'all, and it made you reevaluate the situation? You in there, you're doing your thing, and pop, somebody pop you, and then you think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. I'm either going to get hurt real bad, knocked out, or, just I got things to live for. Maybe I shouldn't be fighting right now. But ultimately with Valero, he had an untimely and tragic end to his career. He was caught with the murder charge of his then girlfriend or either wife. He went to jail. Then he either hung himself in jail or somebody in the jail hung him. It's just tragic, man. And I would have enjoyed watching him amass KOs as he moved up through the weight classes, through lightweight and possibly the welterweight. But check out Valero, y'all. He has a lot of fights on YouTube. Not all of them, but he got fights on YouTube. And what I enjoyed from him the most was his intense sparring sessions on YouTube. So y'all check that out. Next we got your boy, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali Klitschko. He's a heavyweight by way of Kyrgyzstan. All them consonants, y'all, together. Kyrgyzstan and Ukraine. We formerly know it as Ukraine, but his KO streak spanned from 1996 to 1999. And what was the number? Same as Valero, 27 in a row. Now, personally, I didn't really keep up with Vitali Klitschko. I didn't start following him until his big TKO loss against the then undisputed heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis. And Vitali was up there begging to continue, but Lewis was literally about to knock that dude's face off. Look, y'all see the picture? He was about to have his career and possibly his life ended. Looked like his face is about to... Man, anyway, I follow Vladimir more, the younger brother, or Vladimir, as your boy D-Style likes to say it. Shout outs to D-Style. But Vitali's the older brother. He had his own little style. But, the KO streak is still impressive. He in the history books for a streak. He retired with the win over Manuel Char. Then he went and did the politician thing. Now, see, I'm not going to call no names, but take note. See, Vitali became a politician after boxing, not during. Now, I can't remember if that was 11 or 12 or 10 fighters, but I only want to do fighters that had, notable or reputable KO streaks, like 25 and up. Now, there's some that got 26 or 25, but we're going to stop here at 27. But an active KO streak, who we all need to watch out for, y'all. Up and coming KO streak, a dude who's feared, a dude, if you see the picture right there, bam. A dude that got a big water head, heavy-handed Triple G. Gennady Golovkin. He has 20 KOs in a row. If nobody mans up to fight the dude, Canelo, Cotto, Quillen, Jacobs, who else? Eubank Jr., Chavez Jr., Andy Lee, the list goes on. Then the dude might make history because he fights 3 to 4 times a year against subpar competition. So within 2 years, he could be up there at 28 knockouts if none of these dudes finally man up and fight the dude. Go to distance. Laura, forgot about him. But in closing, y'all, to segue to the series, to the next part of the series, to be able to knock out opponents consecutively in a row, that, to me, that notifies a few things to me. That signifies a few things to me. Number one, you take a lot of chances. All right? You take a lot of chances and you're not afraid. You going all out. Number two, you season opportunities that not only the opponent gives you, but that you set up to get the opponent on. You seize opportunities whenever they arise to knock a mofo out, whether it's the 12th round or the first round. Number three, it lets me know that you're accurate and or tenacious. Number four, it lets me know that it lets us know as fans that you're looking to achieve greatness. When you can sit down on your punches and get somebody out of there, that's what all the greats do. or majority of them. You know, at least top 20 greats. You're getting dudes out of there, man. The longer the fight drags on, the more of a chance they have of knocking you out or something crazy happen, your eye getting cut. You know, it's like you playing with a woman, or you playing with chaps, or you playing with life, man, or you playing in the streets. Man, the longer you better go ahead and do it, man, or else. I can't remember who's on number 4, number 5. Number 5, it lets us know that you have a great awareness and you have mighty application of the art of the KO. You know just when to twist your hips. You know just where to land, when to land. You know just what spots to hit. Alright. But we're going to continue the series, y'all. That concludes it. We appreciate you. We love you. And we love bossing.